Hey family, on November 20th through December 1st, 2022, we will have the all-inclusive Kenya trip. Now, a lot of times people have said, hey, Phil, when's the next trip we'd like to go? I want to see Africa for myself, but this is the time to go. Everything will be taken care of. All excursions are paid. You can do monthly payments. They'll have safari and a 6-city tour. You will see Charlie Island, which is something that we did not see last time on the tour. This tour will be 12 days instead of 7 days. So make sure to secure your place on the trip by going to www.wbsvs.com, make your deposit, and then you can start making your payments, and we'll see you in Kenya.
Greetings, family. How you doing? My name is Olivia Nantongo. I'm a wellness and nutrition therapist, and today we're going to talk about menopause. So, as women, we all know at some point in our lifetime, we're going to go through menopause, right? It's not really spoken about in, you know what? Growing up with women, I can't really remember my aunties, my grandmother, grand aunties, ever talking about menopause, like ever. This is something that is more spoken about in the Western world, in the African culture. I really can't. Oh my gosh, I really can't say that I've even of today. Like, I have aunties in their 50s and 60s. They should be in menopause. Yeah, so all I'm trying to say is I've really not heard of this conversation in my African community where I come from. So that's very surprising because we're pretty open about most things. So I have to do some digging. I wonder why that is. Yeah. That would be interesting to find out. But there is a saying from back in the days, and they had a lot of funny things to say about women back, like stone ages, I would want to say, back in the days. It's not so many years ago since women started to vote. So I don't know how back in the days this was. It wasn't that back in the days that women, as a woman, you had no use once you went into menopause. Like, who came up with that? Like, what? I hope it wasn't a guy that came up with that. I hope men didn't come up with that. We're not just baby machines. We are a whole lot more than that. So anyway, that will spark a different conversation. Please, let's stick to menopause. Okay, ladies? Yeah, so let's dive right into menopause, causes, how to handle it, and so on. After all, it's natural. Cycle of life, in other words. So prevention is better than cure. And knowing what to do, of course, helps. So like I said, let's dive right into it. Now, menopause is a natural decline in the reproductive hormones, okay? When a woman reaches her 40s or 50s. Now, menopause is signaled by about 12 months since last menstruation, okay? And it's very common. Like I said, more than 3 million US cases per year are reported. There are treatments that can help, but this condition can't be cured. It's a natural life process. Usually you can self-diagnose, but sometimes you need test labs done. And of course, talking to your physician is very important. Now, the menopause transition most often begins between ages of 45 and 55. It usually lasts about 7 years, but can be as long as 14 years. Oh, Now, the duration can depend on your lifestyle, of course. Lifestyle factors such as smoking, age it begins, and the rest, and of course ethnicity. Now, menopause occurs when you have gone 12 consecutive months without a menstrual period, changing levels of estrogen and the progesterone. Okay, progesterone. Progesterone, two female hormones made in the ovaries, lead to symptoms like hot flashes, vaginal dryness. Menopause is a natural part of aging and marks the end of the female reproductive years. That's pretty much what it is. Now, women's emotional symptoms during the menopause vary. So, some have no symptoms at all. Others have mood swings, anxiety, and depression. These symptoms can be frightening and surprising to many women, and adding to the burden of the hot flashes and irregular periods. This is not an easy time actually for many women. Now, there are different types of menopause, and there are different stages, of course. We have the perimenopause, the menopause, and the post-menopause. And the symptoms vary. Usually you can self-diagnose, of course. And the common symptoms include hot flashes, as I said earlier, vaginal dryness. There are also maybe sleep disturbance along the way. The combination of these symptoms can cause anxiety and depression, as mentioned. And of course, treatments are many, but they also vary. Treatment depend on the severity. Okay, menopause is a natural process with treatments that focus on symptomatic relief. Now, vaginal dryness is treatable with topical lubricants or estrogens. Medications can reduce the severity and frequency of hot flashes. In special circumstances, oral hormone therapy can be used. And of course, there are also natural treatments for menopause. Now, natural treatments for menopause symptoms, you can use herbs like the black cohosh. This is very, very good to use. Flaxseed, ground, or the oil. Okay, vitamin E is excellent. The dong quai, evening primrose, hops. They have a Korean ginseng that is really, really good. Red clover, St. John's wort, and the wild yam. Sage, fresh sage, fresh sage is really, really good. And then of course, there are natural ways to balance your hormones. Eat enough proteins at every meal, engage in regular exercise, maintain a moderate weight. It's very important because menopause can make you gain weight. Take care of your gut health. Lower your sugar intake, or skip sugar entirely. Try stress reduction techniques. Stress is not good for you during this time or any time. Consume healthy fats. Get consistent, high quality sleep. Okay, it's very, very important because menopause can be draining. It will suck your energy. Getting hot flashes from nowhere is not easy to deal with. Some people get migraines. So you need to create an environment that is good for you to get a good night's sleep. Have a well-oriented routine around that. Make sure your bedroom is cool and nice, and fluid intake is very important. Make sure you get enough fluid. Okay, now many times on menopause, many women tend to bloat extra because you have all this excess fluid in your body. You know, the hormones are kind of they're very unbalanced. So one thing that I would really, really recommend is sage, and you can get fresh sage at any I want to say any supermarket, but that would not be entirely true. Try the natural markets. Get the fresh sage. Okay, boil and drink it as your tea, as your water. Excuse me. It's going to help you with the bloatiness. Drink fennel seeds with cumin seeds boiled together. I would say infused. You boil your water, put your herbs in, and let them infuse. These two herbs are going to help you to get rid of excess fluid. Okay, now you have to know when to drink this, because you don't want to drink it before going to bed. Then you're not going to get a good night's sleep, because you're going to be waking up to use the toilet quite often. So know when to drink them at night. I would say, don't drink it like 3 hours before going to bed, or maybe sometimes even 4, especially in the beginning when it's so new to the body. Now, some people think, or society thinks actually, that only women go through menopause, but it's not entirely true. It's not entirely true. So we're going to have another topic about women versus men going into menopause, because many times, let's be honest, most women that are going through menopause tend to have a little bit of a aggression. It kind of comes with the hormones, most likely. But have you thought about the aggression that comes with certain men in the same age from nowhere, and they also experience certain symptoms that is not spoken about? So gonna do some research on this, and it's going to be so interesting to talk about men and women going through menopause. And this is nothing to be ashamed of. It's a natural process, just like we lose our milk teeth. Imagine if we didn't lose them and our permanent teeth grew out together with the milk teeth. It would look very, very funny. So menopause is natural. It's a process we gotta go through, and knowing how to deal with it is rather more important than being embarrassed to go through it or dreading to go through it. I mean, in some cases, some people have a nicer, smoother transition, and others have a harder one. But knowing what to do, what to eat, the herbs to use, talking to your doctor, and trying to balance your hormones on time. Guys, don't wait for the last moment when things are really, really rough on you. When you get into that certain age and okay, I'm around the corner, this is the age that they say this and this is supposed to happen, start preparing your body by building it up for strength. Okay, and it will work itself out. Life is life, and we can skip certain things in life. It is the way we were created. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time when we talk about menopause, women versus men. That will be interesting, won't it? All right, guys, take care. Love you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends and families. Okay, take care. I'll see you next time. Once again, my name is Olivia Nantongo. Thank you for watching.